Did you know America is not the richest country in the world? In fact, it might secretly be the poorest. Sounds crazy, right?
But how is this possible?
Bro, let me explain. Friends, do you want to know the secret? If you want to know, then steal your mom's chapel and throw it on the like button. And if you don't subscribe, then you won't get any cake on your next birthday.
And oh, I want my birthday cake.
Then like and subscribe. And do not forget to comment. If you don't comment, then Mexico will invade your toilet. Then where will you poop? That's why I strongly recommend you to comment something. If you don't know what to comment, then just comment a simple hi or hello. Before anyone gets triggered, this isn't hate. It's not anti-America. It's just an expose. A reply to Donald Trump, who is giving tariffs to every country thinking he is the boss of the world. Because if we actually look at the numbers, the truth hits hard.
Go, 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 go. Anime versus anime versus anime versus anime versus the stage is right. Countryballs rolling, taking flight. Speeding ahead, breaking free. Yours, them, you and me. Chaos reigns, trails and blaze. Anime versus in this dazzling maze. UK, USA, living strong. Mexico's rhythm, join the song. Switzerland's peace, steady and bright. Countryballs unite, shining light. Across dimensions we thrive. Anime versus, let's revive. So let's persist, never slow. In this journey our spirits grow. With anime versus leading the way. Every single moment, come what may. Come what may. Go, 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 go. Anime versus
First of all, the so-called richest nation America is running on borrowed money, fake confidence, and a mountain of debt taller than the Statue of Liberty itself. By the way, I am not joking. Take a look at this video. Literally, this animation shows if you take USA's debt, then you can make all the way to the moon and back 4.5 times. And the craziest part, this video is from 2023, around 2 years old. That time, America's debt was 33 trillion. But now in 2025, the debt has reached 38 trillion. In just 2 years, the debt increased by $5 trillion, which is even more than India's entire GDP. What's even more scary is the debt is estimated to be $45 to $55 trillion by just 5 years. But USA's GDP growth rate is not impressive. Debt is growing way faster than the GDP.
Huh?
America loves to flex about being number one, but if we peek inside the wallet, it's empty. The US earns about $4 trillion a year from taxes but spends more than $6 trillion.
That's like earning 40,000 rupees a month and spending 60,000 every single month, forever. Obviously, USA can't survive if it spends more than it earns. And that's why they borrow so much money. To survive, they borrow. They sell something called Treasury Bond. A U.S. Treasury Bond, T-Bond, is basically an IOU note that the U.S. government sells to raise money. When you buy a Treasury Bond, you're lending money to the U.S. government, and they promise to pay you back later with interest. And a big chunk of U.S. Treasury bonds are bought by other countries. China buys them, Japan buys them, Europe buys them, even India sometimes buys them. Every new president promises to fix it, and every single one makes it worse. Why? Because debt makes the country look rich. Borrow money, spend it, economy goes up, people feel happy, votes roll in. Suddenly, that's how America is running. Then, when the bills come due, borrow again. It's like running your life on credit cards, but pretending you're a billionaire. Oh, and the average US household has around $8,000 to $10,000 in credit card debt. Also, there's around $1.7 trillion in student loan debt, which is again way more than the GDP of over 90% countries. Millions of people in their 30s and 40s are still paying off college. sometimes more than a mortgage would cost in another country. Like imagine you are 40 years old. You have a wife and a few kids, but you are still paying back the loan you had take for college 20 years ago. Every month, you borrow a bit more just to pay the interest on the last loan. You buy a new car on credit. You go on vacation on credit. You're living large, but it's all borrowed money. Now replace that man with a country. And congratulations, you just described the United States of America. Sounds fake, but that's literally how America operates as a country.
I've heard homes are insanely expensive in the US, so almost everyone buys with a 30-year mortgage. Mortgage debt in the US is around $12 trillion to $13 trillion, which is the largest chunk of household debt. Renters aren't safe either, because rent keeps climbing faster than wages. Car loans now average $30,000, $40,000 per person. Over 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Around 100 million people have some kind of unpaid medical debt, which literally means they owe money for being sick.
Huh. Bro, why are you talking? You should first give me my $45 trillion back. These hypocrites are insane. Anyways, so what I was saying. Basically, USA has a culture of borrowing. The entire US economy is designed around credit. Banks, ads, and even social pressure make borrowing feel normal. The government itself borrows constantly, like I showed you the 38 trillion debt. So citizens kind of mirror that behavior subconsciously. It's not just bad personal choices, it's structural.
Bro, what the hell? Poor and me. Stop this propaganda. Don't be ridiculous. I'm America, the richest nation on earth. I've got skyscrapers, Silicon Valley, Hollywood, Wall Street. The world runs on my dollar. Everyone wants to invest in me. Everyone copies me. Debt? Yeah, I've got a little. What country doesn't? It's called leverage. You think I'm worried about a few trillion? Please, I can always print more. People beg for my paper. That's how much they trust me. China holds my buns. Japan too. Good. That means they believe in me. They need me. I'm their favorite borrower. And those people saying my citizens can't afford healthcare, rent, or student loans. Dude, the economy's strong. The markets are up. We're fine, totally fine. Right.
So now the main question is, if America is so poor, then why does it look super rich? That's the paradox, bro. There are 5 main reasons for this. Grab your popcorns. I will explain 5 of them.
Okay, let's see what India is saying.
Doesn't matter whether you accept it or not, America just has to print money. The US dollar isn't just America's currency, it's the global currency. Almost 80% of international trade uses the US dollar. Countries hold dollars in their central banks called foreign reserves because it's considered safe. That means America can print money and the world absorbs it instead of dumping it. No other country has that privilege. It's like if you could pay your credit card debt by issuing your own credit card. Everyone still believes that the US will never fail to pay back its debt. Why? Because it never has. And its government institutions are stable, its laws are predictable, and it's seen as too big to fail. That trust is basically America's hidden currency. As long as the world keeps believing, the illusion of wealth holds. Even though it's drowning in debt, the US also owns massive physical and financial assets, like land, infrastructure, tech companies, patents, the most powerful military and navy, which literally guards global trade routes, and companies like Apple, Google, Tesla, which are worth trillions combined. So while the government is broke, the private sector looks ultra-rich. Most world transactions, investments, and loans go through American banks, the Federal Reserve, or systems controlled by the US. That means when America sneezes, the world catches a cold. But also that everyone needs America to stay stable. So, the world protects its illusion of wealth instead of breaking it. Hollywood, Silicon Valley, skyscrapers, influencers. America has mastered the aesthetic of success. Even if it's built on credit, the branding is elite. The average foreigner sees New York lights or California luxury and assumes everyone's rich. But behind that, millions struggle with debt, rent, and medical bills. It's the same as someone driving a Lamborghini on EMI while skipping meals. This is the overall summary. But under the surface, the system runs on debt, not surplus. It's not rich because it earns more. It's rich because the world lets it owe more. Now let's compare that to India. India doesn't have that privilege. India can't just print money that the world accepts. So India has to earn what it spends, which is usually through exports, services, manufacturing, and real production. America's GDP is huge, but much of it is debt-driven consumption. India's GDP is smaller, but its growth is mostly from actual goods and services, not borrowing. So, the difference is simple. One lives on credit, and the other is still learning to live within means. And that's what makes the gap slowly close.
Wow. America called me dead economy while his own country is running on borrowed money? Such a hypocrite country.
Anime versus the stage is bright. In the neon glare we take flight. Every twist, every turn ignites the night. Speeding ahead, breaking free. Endless options for you and me. Chaos reigns, trails of blaze. Anime versus in this dizzy maze. Across dimensions we thrive. Anime versus, let's revive. So let's persist, never slow. In this journey our spirits grow. With anime versus leading the way.